Welcome to a Love Island Games recap, season 2, episode 7. Monday night episode. What are my thoughts here? We just had Selene and Mert get dumped. So the villa's kind of feeling the effects of that. Lucinda's feeling sad. I saw Mert posted on his Instagram or something like that, like this kind of almost like a love letter to Lucinda, like, I will wait for you, kind of reinforcing what he said when he left the villa. And some people were like, well, now we want to get Lucinda in because we want them to be together. I don't know. We'll see what happens there. Look at him; he seems like a little bit of a lover boy, maybe. Who knows? Later as the night winds down, Chris goes to comfort Nicola in the dressing room because she was feeling sad, maybe about like being vulnerable, about people going home, whatever. And Nicola's really excited, obviously, because she hasn't really had any like romantic attention. We're gonna see what happens there. They chatted later in the day, and there's a heart rate challenge later, and they spent some time with each other and whatnot, but. We'll see. I don't really know. I think Nicola at this point is almost. She's from the beginning kind of was interested in Chris, and Chris said like she was her second she was his second option behind KK or whatever. Like when they first came in and that. We'll see what happens, but I do feel like Nicola's just like wants somebody, which is fair because everyone's in there. And kind of going off of that, my girl Justine. She's talking to Ty a little bit, but she's like, being careful because she knows like he has other connections and he's Tyreek. She's not a fool. And she gets in bed with Josh, who she's coupled up with. They kind of got coupled up with by default. They're friends. They've been friends for years. She was on USA 2, he was on USA 3, so they've been friends for years, whatever. And she says, "Oh, everyone's been kissing here but me." I feel like she's on her field, like, I don't know. And then next this night, the covers are over everybody, and then we're seeing some movements and maybe some noises, and I'm like, I was sitting there like, where did this come from? They talk the next day on the dock. We find out that they both said they were pleasantly surprised. They're like, "Oh, you were backing up on me? No, you were backing up on me." Whatever. They cuddled and had a kiss. Okay, fair. Andrea tells Josh about her kiss with Toby. Then, like later in another conversation, Josh tells Andrea about kissing Justine, like they had a moment, whatever. And she's like, that's good to kind of cancel it out, like my thing with Toby, because she was saying to the girls, like, I would kiss Toby, but I kept thinking about Josh and whatnot. And she said to Josh, like, it made me think about like what I had with you and whatnot. I don't know. And similarly, Justine tells Ty, and he's like, okay, as long as you're being honest, they haven't kissed yet, or they did in the heart rate challenge, but not like outside of that. I don't know. It feels like it was just one of those things, kind of like you're in bed with your mate. The beds are smaller, so like it's natural to like, and Josh and Justine are both very attractive people, so maybe it's natural in that sense. I don't know. I don't think anything's going to really go there. I think in general, it's maybe just like, again, we're in bed together. Justine was saying how I haven't been kissed in a year. I haven't, she's, of everyone else in there, she was like a newer one, whatever. I don't know. But that kind of just happened, and I was kind of like, wait, what? Anyway, Heart Rate Challenge, like I said, was tonight. Kind of similar to how they did Series 7, competing as a couple type thing, like get each other's, who can get the heart rates up the most. Everyone's trying to go all out, do what they can to get heart rates raised. They were really being stiff when KK and Chris came out because they were like, we don't want them to be power couple again. Like, everyone be serious, do what you can. Some people were really going all out. Some people weren't. Or not weren't. Everyone was. But, some people did a lot more than others. And then what came is what I was most excited for on the lead up to this. Sydney from Love Island USA season 4 and Marvin from France season 1. He also was on Too Hot to Handle with like Melinda and that. I forget what season that was, maybe 3 or something like that. They came in as bombshells at the very end, and they did kind of heart rate challenge and everyone else. Sydney and Isaiah haven't seen each other since they broke up. Let me touch on Marvin quickly. Marvin, cool, he's there. He kisses Garby and KK. We'll see what happens, whatever. But Sydney was the one I was interested in, and because of the thing with Isaiah and the whole, like I said earlier today, those who don't know the lore, like this is okay. Them in season 4, it was really just like it was really a lot, like in a good way and bad ways, but it was a lot. They dated for over a year. I had to just double check again when they broke up. They broke up in December 2023. Isaiah did cheat. I didn't really follow that much of them like after the villa, but I was excited to see Sydney come back in, and Isaiah was there like, wait, is that because her hair is dyed now? She's a blonde right now. When she was a redhead on the show, which I'm not sure if it's her natural or whatever. But I'm interested to see where that goes. We just got them, like she gave him a quick hug, and Johnny said to her, like, are you coming here to get Isaiah back? And she's like, I think chats definitely need to be had. So I don't know. The people were saying Isaiah's energy changed. She was kind of sitting there like maybe like dumbfounded, like having seen her for the first time in a while. I don't really know. Yeah. The winner of the new power couple essentially from the heart rate challenge is Nicola and Andrea. The three couples who raise the heart rates the least are Andrea and Toby, KK and Chris, and Andreina and Johnny. The preview for tomorrow shows Nicola and Isaiah in the hideaway, and they have to choose two boys and two girls of the vulnerable couples to duel one another, like two girls duel, two boys duel. And I was saying, I think if I was them and if I was thinking about my gameplay strategy, the options you have for boys are Toby, Chris, Johnny. Girls are Andrea, KK, and Andreina. Purely out of gameplay, I would say if I want to have a chance to knock out two of the strongest competitors. So Johnny and Chris are two strong competitors. Chris, freaking 6'8", whatever, very tall guy. Johnny, hella strong. Those are two good competitors. Have them duel against each other, and one of them is surely going to go home. So that means at least one strong competition person is going to go home. Yeah, sorry, F the friendships, but kick them out. Also, they're like Love Island USA, or so they're going to have like fans who vote them or whatever. And same for the girls. I would put Andrea and KK together because those are two good competitors. I can get one of them out. It's ruthless and it's cutthroat, but that's kind of what Love Island Games has to be, in a sense. I would do that. I'm not sure what their decision is going to be, but if you want to think about, as KK says, the 250,000 wow, I would go for that. Don't be friends and say, okay, let's put Andrea in there. She's not really a competitor. Even Toby could be good, but like put up against Chris and Johnny. Like let's see that happen. We'll see. I do want to say another little thing though, kind of on the whole like Sydney coming back and things like that. As I was saying, like as I was talking about like the initial cast list for the show and other things with Love Island Games, I've seen a few people say like Love Island Games isn't hidden or like yada yada. But I do feel like, and I've seen some people kind of agreeing with me on that, I feel like Love Island Games is unique in terms of this comes from all these old islanders from all over the place. This is really a show that is really, I think anyone can like it, but especially people who are big Love Island fans and who have watched multiple seasons of Love Island across different countries. You're like, oh, Sydney's coming back. It's Sydney and Isaiah. Like, we know about the lore from season 4. We know about Justine and Johnny and like what happened, not with them, but like there are other people in season 2. We've seen the UK Love Islands. We've seen like some of the other ones all over the place. And it's like, oh, we can see the dynamics of these people coming in. We're hoping that people's exes come in from different seasons that maybe people haven't watched. I know there's a lot of new, as I said before, a lot of new Love Island USA fans and in general Love Island fans who've only been watching Love Island for like, this is like maybe this was their first year, last year was their first year watching Love Island. So they're brand new and they have no idea who Sydney is. They have no idea who Justine is. They have no idea who Josh is, all these kind of things. And it's like, you guys are, so for the people who have been on Love Island USA for a while, because there's going to be a lot of Love Island USA people, but also like the Love Island UK watchers, things like that, and other Love Islands, you're like, oh, this is great, because now we get to see all these people we've seen it before, and now, oh, let's see them get back together maybe, like, or them have more clashes from, like, you know, it's just great. And I'm liking it so far. We're not even a full week in. It'll be a week tomorrow. But yeah, it's working for me so far. We'll see as it keeps going. We'll see what happens. I hope that they can, I think it'll be interesting to see like having Nicola and Isaiah choose who's going to be basically vulnerable, extra vulnerable, and have to duel to fight for their place is going to be quite the thing. We'll see what happens there. That probably is going to shake some stuff up. Of course, Sydney being there will shake some stuff up. We'll see what happens with her and Isaiah. But yeah, I'm interested to see what else comes. I want to see some more exes as well. Let's mix it up. I saw like Janae on a podcast said she doesn't think Nicole's going to come in. But how great would it be if Nicole came in and her and Kendall had to have like another face-to-face. They seemingly, you know, on Beyond the Villa, they talked and that kind of like produced thing where they kind of spoke to each other. But what if Nicole came in there and was like cracking out with people and whatnot? I'm not sure if Nicole will. I feel like, as Janae kind of said, Nicole is like in a good place right now. She probably is not going to be doing that. She'd be really surprised, but the people would love to see it. And I am the people. Anyway, that's it for Love Island USA. Was this episode 7? Yeah. Catch you guys in the next one.